Hi guys, I'm Dave in real life and welcome to this unmissable video. In today's video, we're going to have a look at a Bleacher Report, and it is the top 10 wrestlers of the last 25 years. The actual list is the top 25 wrestlers of the 25 years, but obviously that would be a little bit of a long-winded video, so we're going to do the top 10. And we're going to try and dissect this a little bit. Obviously, from 2000 to like now, there's been so many good storylines in pro wrestling, and it's really hard to pick how they put this list together. It's the top 20, the top 10 males from the last 25 years. There's quite a few question marks on how they are positioned and why certain other wrestlers have not been used. But yeah, without like wasting any more time, we're going to have a look at who finished at number 10. And that is Daniel Bryan. I mean, I don't know if this counts for this AEW run, but yeah, Daniel Bryan, I don't know how he's got quite into the top 10, if I'm being all honest, because if this is on titles won, then he's nowhere near in the 25 years. But we did see his start of his career inside WWE during this time frame, and obviously how momentous the Yes movement was, Team Hell No, and all of that good stuff what came along with it. Yeah, he had a fantastic run. Yeah, the storyline, he was the indie darling, which that helped set like the authority. They didn't want him to be the champion. They didn't think that he had a charisma, and that, you know, he could be a superstar. But he does go on to be on what's most people's dream match wish list. Yeah, especially when he joined AEW, everybody couldn't wait to see him against like Kenny Omega, up against Okada. You know, once he left the WWE, it was like world's your oyster. And everybody just wanted to see who Daniel Bryan could face in the ring. He's had some very good matches since leaving WWE, and he's had some. He didn't have a bad career inside WWE, to be fair. So, yeah, you could probably argue his position on this list. I would have probably put him outside of the top 10, but it's each to their own. I mean, this is not my list. This is not a personal list from me. This is from the Bleacher Report. So yeah, don't shoot the guy. I'm only just doing the video, okay? Not my choices. At number 9 is the final boss, The Rock. I mean, yeah, he saw out. We saw him in the 2000s being very pivotal. He had some banger matches in the early 2000s with John Cena. Obviously, he would go on to have a movie career, which meant that he would be away from wrestling from time to time. But whenever he came back, he was a big, massive focus. I mean, honestly, this early part of this year when he came back, he kind of stole the show, although he did ruin WrestleMania. He's now on the board of TKO, of course, so this might not be the last time we see of The Rock. But yeah, I think he started off strong the year, kept coming back, having little bits, disappearing again. So yeah, I can see how like number 9 is the position for him. I mean, but going on his early part of his career, early part of the 2000s, definitely deserves to be in the top 10. He's such a big name and very much a big part of the revolution of wrestling. One quick note, people that are not on the top 10, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, for sure, is not on the top 10. Are you real? Triple H, who's been around throughout the last 25 years, not in the top 10. Mate, whoever did this report, or whatever the statistics they've used to put this report together, mind blown, honestly. Honestly, top 10 is not where it should be. At number 8 is the revolutionary. He's the visionary. He's currently on the injured list. Yes, Seth Rollins. Obviously, right now, the storyline that he has been attacked by Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed does look like a legitimate injury, though, this time. But obviously, when you cry wolf, nobody wants to believe that this is true. And obviously, after his incident with his leg not being a legitimate injury, people have got question marks on this one this time. But if this is legitimate, Seth Rollins could be sidelined for quite some time. This means that WWE will have to reconsider the championship. It might get vacated. This is if it's true. If they keep the title on Seth, then we kind of already know the answer, don't we? So only time will tell on this one. But that's not the reason why he's on number 8 in this top 10 list. That is just current storyline. But Seth has been a part of some major factions. Of course, major part of the Shield, the Authority, the Messiah, and currently the Vision. There's not much from the last 25 years that hasn't really been involved with Seth. Did one of the biggest, greatest cash-ins of all time at a WrestleMania. Has been a part of major storylines. Yeah, I can see why he is definitely on this list. Does he deserve to be in the top 10 above Stone Cold? I don't know. these are very questionable, obviously, on where they are positioned and why they're positioned now. Like I go to 7, and that is Kurt Angle. Yeah, Kurt Angle over Stone Cold. I think their trajectory is pretty similar. I mean, all right, we can have a look that Kurt Angle did go to TNA, had a fantastic run in TNA, was the TNA World Champion for quite some time over there. He did come back. He had the retirement match at WrestleMania 34. I think it's 34 or 35, either one. I always get them numbers wrong. But, yeah, in the last 25 years, Kurt Angle's done all right. 7 might be a bit high for his position, but you know what? I can see why he's on the top 10. We go on to number 6. This is definitely one guy who deserves to be on the top 10, and that is The Undertaker. Undeniable. He obviously, you look back at the last 25 years, The Undertaker winning streak at WrestleMania. You just look at his retirement. Honestly, this guy's synonymous. Every time he comes back, it's a big deal. Even when he choke slammed The Rock at WrestleMania this past year, still very relevant. He's done the same to Trick Williams in NXT. Honestly, Undertaker, you can't do a top 25 list or a top 10 list without The Undertaker being on it. Obviously, he's one of the major talking points of the last 25 years for sure. So, yeah, absolutely 100% mind The Undertaker. At 6, though, maybe had been higher on the list. Then at number 5, right slam in the middle, is Chris Jericho. Okay, I can see this from his debut on Raw. Was absolutely massive. One of the biggest debuts in Raw history. Undoubtedly, what they did to him is slapped a jetpack on him and took him to the moon. He's the first undisputed double champ, winning both the world title and WWE Championship in the same night. The first one to do that, first 2-belt guy. As a main champion, I mean, I know we've had the European champion and the Intercontinental Championship belts on the same guy. But I digress. He was the first undisputed champion in WWE history. He's a fantastic mid-card wrestler for sure. What did make that transition to the main event? Has his career faltered since then? Yes. His move to AEW, I don't think has been that successful. Yes, he's known for Fozzy outside of wrestling. I think the Learning Tree stuff is garbage, and I do feel that the longer he stays around, his legacy gets tarnished. So probably the last 5 years of Jericho has been absolutely trash, garbage, just a waste of time. But if you look at the early 2000s onwards, up until the last 5 years, yeah, I can probably see why he's on the list. But yeah, probably take away that last 5 years. His run in AEW has been absolutely garbage. And anybody what says Jericho has been great in AEW, go to Specsavers. Really do need to go to Specsavers. Anyway, at number 4 is Rey Mysterio. There's not been a point in the last 25 years where I've not seen Rey Mysterio wrestle. A sustainability. Even when he had a little skint away from WWE, his sustainability inside the wrestling ring has been sublime. The fact that he keeps coming back. Yes, we have had a little bit of a lull over this past year where we haven't seen that much of him. But he's still a Hall of Famer. And he's still an active Hall of Famer. So Rey Mysterio's just done absolutely lots of stuff. Winning the Royal Rumble, becoming world champion when it was against the odds. I mean, honestly, this guy he's an absolute living legend and obviously deserves his place in the Hall of Fame for sure. I've got a bird on my windowsill, which is quite annoying. While I'm recording this, that's what's grabbed my attention, and it's still on my windowsill. Having a good time, I think. Anyway, I digress. That's not what we're on about, and I'm keeping that in because content. Don't know why. Anyway, back to Rey Mysterio. Obviously, bringing in his son, Dominic Mysterio, as well in the last 25 years, he's moved their legacy on even further. So, yeah, number 4, I think, is fine for Rey, to be fair. Maybe could have been higher. At number 3, we're getting to the business end of this list, and it's Roman Reigns. Yeah, I could probably agree with this. He's definitely in the top 3 for me. Very pivotal character, very decisive, part of the Shield. People liked him, people hated him for the longest of time because he was considered Vince's guy, and nobody liked that. They didn't like the fact that they were trying to force this guy down our throats. So a lot of it backfired. But then you've got to have a look at the fight, the real fight that this guy has had in his private life, and he still managed to come back stronger, better than ever. Obviously, he fought the battle against leukemia not once but twice in his career, in his life. Came back and has looked dominant. He came back. He left during the pandemic, or just before the pandemic hit, obviously to protect himself because of, obviously, he was still in remission, I think. And obviously when he came back, the storyline that he came back to, he dominated professional wrestling for 4 years. And that is absolutely massive, being a champion for 4 years from his return at that SummerSlam in 2021, I want to say. It was during the pandemic anyway, and that run till just last year is just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. So yeah, can see why Roman Reigns is definitely at number 3, could be number 2. So, like I said, we are at the business end of this list, and at number 2 is the legend killer himself, Randy Orton. I mean, Randy Orton, yes, I could see this. He has been a massive part of major storylines, part of being in the Wyatt's family. He was also a part of Revolution, being the young member of that, become the youngest world champion at that time, suddenly was beaten by Brock Lesnar, which we'll get to in a minute, because there is massive concern of this list. But yeah, I can see why Randy Orton is on this list. He is a mainstay of WWE. He's never left. He's always been around. He's still doing crazy bits now. 25 years later, I mean, mate, he's still got at least another good 5 years in him. And you think that John Cena getting to 17, if they wanted to book this correctly, Randy Orton could easily get to that and even surpass that, which I know would be a massive shock and a bit of a bit of a kicky teeth to the legacy of John Cena. But yeah, Randy Orton definitely deserves to be on this list. I think he's probably in the right position as well. But yeah, that being said, we are now going to go to the number 1, and I think you've probably guessed. Well, yeah, I think this is probably correct. I have a little doubt on some of it, but, you know, that's because I'm not exactly a massive fan of this guy, but I have got to put respect on him. It's John Cena, the never seen 17, the real world's champion. Yeah, I actually love his latest run inside WWE. I think this farewell tour has been his best work. That might be controversial, but that's just my opinion. My favourite match of this period, this 25 years, was definitely the ECW One Last Stand, or One Night Stand, was it? Yeah, I think it's one night stand against RVD. I know he lost, but it's how he reacted to that ECW crowd. Why I started to actually like him and have a little bit more respect for John Cena as a performer, as a wrestler. I thought up until then, obviously in the last 25 years, we have seen his career completely from the ruthless aggression to obviously the Thugonomics, which was garbage. Can't stand that. It was like Vanilla Ice on heat. But to put it bluntly, but if he hadn't done that, he was out of wrestling. So fair play to him for that. Obviously, we've seen the rise of jocks sales since John Cena in the last 25 years. And yeah, he certainly likes fruity pebbles. Yeah. You can't see me. I can see you. You can't see me. The good old matches with The Rock. Yeah, he's done a lot in the last 25 years. It's obvious why John Cena is on the top. But over the last probably 5 years, obviously we've been moving into movies. We haven't seen that much of him other than this like farewell tour, which, you know what, he produced one of the best matches of all time in his farewell tour. And you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about John Cena versus AJ Styles. Just instant classic. It's all that you needed in a wrestling match. They pay homage to the legends, people that have helped build their careers. I mean, we've gone from 619s to the pedigree to the choke slam from hell. I mean, every move was attempted. Even an RKO was thrown in there. A figure of four leg lock, I think, was used at one point. I mean, yeah, honestly, there were so many throwbacks to different wrestlers. You needed a checklist, honestly. But it's obvious why he's top of the list for this past 25 years. Might even be on the list again in 10 years' time. That's how good his legacy has been. But anyway, that is the top 10 Bleacher Report wrestlers in the last 25 years. Obviously, it's garbage. It makes no sense. I don't know what the ranking system was, because a lot of these, you've got an argument for every single one of them, apart from John Cena, I think. Where's Brock Lesnar on the list? Where is Triple H on the list? I mean, yeah, what the flip? I mean, in 2000, Triple H was still around. Undertaker, obviously Undertaker's made the list. Dave Bautista's just outside of this list. Eddie Guerrero's just outside of this list. I mean, I've only looking at the top 10. Obviously, they've done top 25, but I think anything outside of the top 10 is kind of like, what the hell? Especially you've got Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think he came in at like 22 or 21, 22, something like that. That's what? I know he's been out of wrestling, in and out because of his neck injuries, but flipping it, man. He was very much a big, massive part of the early 2000s. So, yeah, mind blown on this list, to be honest. I wanted to bring this to your attention. I wanted to have a bit of a chat about it. Have your say in the comment section below. Probably give me your list of wrestlers for the last 25 years. How would you have done this list? Who would you have put at number one? Would you have moved anybody around in this list? Let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, obviously, in the all-time list, you've got Bret Hart, you've got Shawn Michaels, you've got Ric Flair. Obviously, none of them are on this list. Bret Hart, he ended his career right in 2000. Well, Goldberg ended his career. So, I mean, he did have a little foray with the wrestling, but it wasn't notable. Shawn Michaels has been around in this time frame, and he's not on this list in the top 10. Maybe that's a bit of a misstep. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this list. No Hulk Hogan either. Yeah, it feels like the top 10 is a little bit misjointed because we still had some amazing people around at that particular time, in that particular time frame, still doing amazing things. So yeah, take it with a pinch of salt, this list. It's not my list, so don't have a go at me. I've tried to tell you what I would do with this list. But Bleacher Report, I've got John Cena as number 1. You didn't see that coming. Anyway, I've been Dave in real life. You guys have been awesome. Until the next time. Bye for now.